Hi and welcome to Grade Gov News. My name is Elizabeth Letchworth, and I was lucky and blessed enough to be the only woman to date ever elected in the United States Senate to serve as the Senate Secretary for the Majority for the GOP. And I mention that because Grade Gov News, these videos that you're listening to right now, they're going to be all about Congress. And today we're going to talk about how the recent government shutdown might actually bleed into the 2014 elections. And it sort of goes like this. Remember, starting in the spring, Senator Ted Cruz, the Republican from Texas, started telling the American people as often and as loud as he could that he was going to shut down the federal government, refuse to fund the federal government and all of its agencies if Congress was not going to be able to defund Obamacare. And of course, we know that the government shutdown started October 1. Well, what else happened October 1? The president's healthcare website was launched, healthcare.gov, and we know that it almost crashed and burned. There are so many glitches that it's not even funny. Meanwhile, as the Republicans in Congress are continuing with the government shutdown after October 1, congressional Democrats and the White House are pretty successfully tagging them as extremists. They are extremists. And this tag, this label, if you will, is also occurring in the current Virginia governor race that's going on right now. They are tagging the Republican candidate Ken Cuccinelli as a real extremist. So they're testing the waters on that tag. Meanwhile, as I said, the president's website, healthcare.gov, is crashing. But what's unique about that, what's actually kind of good about that, is that the American people who probably were going to have sticker shock when they saw the premiums that have to pay for their health care insurance aren't able to see them. You see, the website isn't up and running well enough to be able to see what the premiums are. And my guess is the White House knew that that sticker shock could bleed into the 2014 elections. All right, let's talk about the 2014 elections for just a minute. The Senate Democrats have to defend 21 Senate Democrat seats. How many do the Republicans have to defend? Only 14. So the logic is, and it's pretty simple logic, that the Republicans could probably make gains in the Senate in 2014, especially if the American people are angry at the president. They don't like ObamaCare anymore, and they have sticker shock looking at the premiums they have to pay. Now, think about what if the president was able to agree from the extremist Republicans in December that he would delay Obamacare for everybody for a year. Nobody would get to see the premiums they were paying. 2014 wouldn't suffer the sticker shock and the anger from the American people, and maybe the election of 2014 wouldn't be so disastrous for Democrats. Maybe they could hold their own in the Senate, maybe only lose 1 or 2 seats, and maybe actually gain a few seats in the House of Representatives. Okay, now let's look at 2016 in the Senate. In the Senate in 2016, there are 22 Senate Republicans that have to defend their reelection. There are only 10 Senate Democrats. What if you have Hillary Clinton running in 2016? How about Vice President Biden? What if they have big wins? They could, in all honesty, this isn't that far-fetched. They could take over the Senate in a bigger, better way, have more than 60 votes, and possibly take over the House of Representatives. Therefore, after the 2016 election, because the Democrats played the rollout of Obamacare perfectly, then you know what would happen? You'd have a redo of 2010. Nancy Pelosi would be the Speaker of the House again. Harry Reid would run the Senate. There would be a Democrat in the White House, and they could probably pretty easily instill and pass single-payer healthcare system for the United States of America. Again, I don't think this is all that far-fetched. You know, a lot of people have said this before. The Democrats are playing chess while the Republicans are playing checkers. Seems to me if the Republicans don't start learning how to play chess, they're going to be saying, "King me," for an awful, awful long time. Thanks again. Talk to you later.